Rearranging masterclass. Make P the subject. My first step is to locate the term that I want, in this case P. Find P, basically put your finger over it, cover it up. I always eliminate any other term on the same size letter I want by bringing it across the other side. If a term crosses over an equal sign, change the sign. So the opposite of -7 is going to add 7 to both sides. On the left-hand side, I now have D plus 7. And on the right-hand side, I'm simply left with 5P. As I know, -7 add 7 will cancel. I don't want 5P. Well, 5P in algebra means 5 multiplied by P. The opposite of times by 5 is to divide both sides of my equation by 5. On the right-hand side, 5 over 5 will cancel. Don't leave us with P. That's exactly what I wanted. I want P the subject. And my other side, therefore, I've got D plus 7 over 5. Make A the subject. Again, locating the term that has A in it. Basically, put your finger over it. Always eliminate any of the term on the same size that you want by bringing it across. If it goes across an equal sign, change your sign. So the opposite add U is going to subtract U from both sides to keep my equation balanced. On the left-hand side, I now have V, subtract the U. On the right-hand side, I know U subtract U will cancel. That leaves us with AT. I don't want AT. In algebra, if you've got two letters next to each other, we know it means to multiply. So AT means A times T. As I want to get A by itself, the opposite of times by T, we're going to divide both sides of my equation by T. On the right-hand side, T over T will cancel. Don't leave us with A. That's exactly what I wanted. So I've got A is equal to V minus U all over T. Make T the subject. Again, locating the term you want, in this case T. Find the letter, basically put your finger over it, so cover up that term. Always eliminate any of the term on the same size letter you want by bringing it across the other side. If it goes across an equal sign, change your sign. So the opposite of minus 2a is to add 2a to both sides of the equation to keep it balanced. On the left-hand side, now have y plus the 2a that's come across. On the right-hand side, no, negative 2a plus 2a will cancel. Hence, just left with t over 9. As I want to get t the subject, I want t by itself. I know the opposite divided by 9 is to multiply everything on the numerator on the opposite side by 9. If you've got two terms, place that inside single brackets. Hence, I'm left with t is equal to, the 9's now multiplied up, so it's 9, lots of in single brackets y plus 2a. Make x the subject. My first step is to locate the term x. Before I can get at the x, I can see the whole right-hand side is underneath the square root. Well, the opposite of square root is to square. So on the left-hand side, just had k. As I'm now squaring it, it's now going to become k squared. And on the right-hand side, I'm just going to be left with whatever's inside the root, in this case, 3x plus m. As I want to get x by itself, locating the term that has x, basically put your finger over it, cover up, I always eliminate any of the term on the same size letter I want by bringing it across the other side. The opposite of add m, therefore, is subtract m from both sides. On the left-hand side, I had k squared. I've now got subtract m. And on the right-hand side, I'm just left with 3x. As I know, plus m subtract m will cancel. 3x in algebra means 3 multiplied by x. As I want to get x by itself, I know the opposite of times by 3 is divide both sides by 3. I know 3 over 3 will cancel, doink, to leave us with single x, which is exactly what I wanted. So x is equal to k squared minus m all over 3. Make g the subject. Our first step is to locate the term g. Before I can get that g, I can see everything on the right-hand side is underneath the square root. Well, the opposite of square root is to square. On the left-hand side, I just had capital T. I've now squared it, so it's now become capital T squared. On the right-hand side, I'm just going to be left with whatever's inside the root. In this case, g plus 1 on the top over 7. As I want to get g by itself, and currently the whole right-hand side is over 7. The opposite divided by 7, therefore, is to multiply the numerator on the opposite side by 7. So on the left-hand side, I'm now going to have 7 lots of capital T squared. And on the right-hand side, I'm just left the numerator, in this case, g plus 1. Finally, as I want to get g by itself, I know the opposite add 1 is to subtract 1 from both sides. On the right-hand side, 1 subtract 1 will cancel, to leave us with g, which is exactly what I wanted. And on the other side, I've got 7 capital T squared, subtract 1.